What's going on, everybody? This is a segment from the Nerdgasm Talk podcast. If you like podcasts, well, why don't you come join us as the crew gets silly and Philly while we sit to talk about the latest in comics, games, movies, and all things pop culture. You guys can listen to our whole show on all the podcasts apps. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you guys get your podcasts from. And make sure you guys also support the channel by subscribing to the Nerd Coalition Studios. And for the gaming needs, make sure you subscribe to Nerd Coalition Level Up. This is the Nerd Coalition. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And now, feel the Nerdgasm. You know, I can't really get stories and stuff right. Peacock had this new movie that came out.
Oh, Lord. Not speaking of can't get the story right, and that's the segue.
Yeah. Me and my wife decided, well, I checked it out first because I'm a movie guy, and I'd be curious. Was I really looking for this thing? No.
Not at
all.
all.
I remember my wife said she wanted to see it. I was like, well, I got some time.
I was curious.
It's called Praise This. It's a musical comedy type drama directed by Tina Gordon and starring Chloe Bailey. And this is a movie called Peacock, which is it's like New Age Fighting Temptations. If any of y'all...
It's a Tubi movie. If we're being frank, this is something that would have came on UPN.
Well,
when there was a UPN.
I'm sorry, it got a little better quality than that because I just seen it.
I didn't say that it had the same quality, but this is a Saturday UPN movie.
Okay.
Question.
I'm listening, Prime.
Did it take place in Atlanta?
Yes.
Well, that's the answer.
Yes.
Yes, it did.
Yep.
It's like a New Age Fight Temptations, which I enjoyed the Fight Temptations. If anybody have not seen the Fight Temptations movie,
I feel like that's an insult to the Fight Temptations.
It
if
is.
Being honest.
First of all, I know you didn't see it, but are you into like the spiritual gospel kind of movies? It's okay if you're not. Trust me.
It depends on if it's like how the Fighting Temptations was, then yes. But if it's just the
gospel,
yeah, then not really. What Sister Act 2?
Yeah.
Was good. I like the way that they did it. But honestly, I will watch it if they got how they had it at the gospel explosion.
Okay.
And they gotta go to a contest, something like that. Yeah.
Well, that does happen here because.
Is it called the gospel explosion or it's called something?
No.
What else? What was it called? I can't remember.
It's called the.
Because when you look at the movie,
so
it don't give you that. It don't give you that.
Oh, it don't give you much details at all on this shit at all. So.
All right. Let me take a stab at it. All right. Chloe, the main character, right?
Yeah, she is.
Okay. I'm gonna say Chloe made a promise to her grandma that when she got older, she would join the choir, but she decided to do pop music instead. And her grandma died, so she's coming back to help them win the gospel competition.
I think
I want you to know
that probably been a better movie.
You are closer than you're not right, but you're close.
Okay.
So, okay, well, I feed it. Chloe Bailey is acting up in L.A. She's getting in trouble. So her dad is bringing her down to the ATL with her uncle to basically teach some discipline and watch over her. That she has this her sister cousin, which is played by.
All right, Jermaine Jackson.
That's what she kept calling her.
She definitely kept calling her. What was her name? Jika Washington. I'm gonna spell it out for you. ANJELIKA. Angelica Washington. Yeah, that's who plays her cousin.
I don't remember her name in the movie though.
Jess was her name in the movie.
Sound like they didn't give y'all no details.
Sam was Chloe Bailey's name
Yeah.
in the movie. So when she gets down there,
wasn't she Sam and what was her name in Swan? Wasn't it Sam?
No.
No, and Chloe. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, Chloe's name wasn't Sam. There was a name Sam in Swarm.
Oh my God, what was her name in Swarm? I forgot. The other girl's name was Dre. I can't remember her name.
Neither can I right now. I'm overlapped on my Chloe details.
Yeah, she been popping up.
So when she get down to the land, it's a very Christian household. They go to church every Sunday, and they got this praise team. Where this praise team,
No. I feel like you speaking over too many details. They go to church every Sunday.
Yeah.
But it's like a cool church, and the pastor is Mac Wilds. They used to be. Oh my God.
At least you didn't say Drewski was the pastor.
What happened?
At least you didn't say Drewski was the pastor.
I would have lost it and cut the.
No, that's Drewski Big Love.
He's in this, but yes, he was on The Wire. That's what I'm thinking of. So imagine somebody our age is the pastor of this cool church that it was like a warehouse.
Oh, that's Bishop Whitehead.
Who?
You never heard of Bishop Whitehead?
Who is that?
He's the hip pastor he's the pastor that got arrested on Instagram Live, or he got robbed on Instagram.
Oh, that guy? No, it's not. Not that.
Oh,
not that. No, I almost forgot about that guy. He is an actual pastor, but he's like a young dude. He's got tattoos, and it's a whole thing. So then they get to the church, and it's a warehouse. And he was about to tell you about the praise team and how rough it is.
They have a terrible praise team.
It's
what used to be, and they Jess was her cousin passed out on the praise team. That's how the movie showing what happened the year before.
Passed out or passed away?
Passed.
No,
out.
she passed out
passed
on stage.
Out, bro. Passed out
Okay.
stage. She so they have every time they do these competitions, they're trying to win these praise competitions.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
How does the movie start?
It starts off with the praise team in the competition.
Okay, because I was about to say,
Yes.
I was confused. I was like, did I skip to the end of the movie? Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
That's how it starts out. So it's showing you that they.
Why does it feel like the Johnson Family Vacation?
You can do a little of that in there. They are trying to. They just suck. They keep singing the same old gospel stuff. There's no life and everything like that, and they just suck.
Yeah, and they're singing like traditional arrangements of songs, but the theme seems to be that everybody is remixing secular songs and making them gospel songs.
Okay.
Yeah, ask your question.
You mean to tell me they thought they was gonna win with black shirt and khakis?
Yeah. Singing, I can't remember what the song it was.
I'm mad this man went to his TV real quick to turn that first opening scene on. That's the only way he would know that.
Yeah.
Why does man look like Derek Fisher?
So, Chloe's Bailey's skill is that she can take any
Is the pastor Michael Ealy and Terrence J?
I'm sorry, what?
The pastor looks like this guy you said has tattoos. I'm assuming he's the pastor.
Mac Wiles looks like a little
He
bunch
looks
of
like a mix between Michael Ealy and Terrence J.
He does look like Michael Ealy. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
So this guy, he had like a tattoo on his neck.
Yeah.
I look like it said quality.
I think I encountered Mac Wiles before I encountered Michael Ealy.
Damn.
I saw The Wire before I saw Barbershop.
Oh.
So, who's really the low budget? But
yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I did turn on the first few minutes of the movie, and
yeah. So
it doesn't get much better from there.
Well, this is a stupid choice to have the beginning of the movie at the end of the movie.
Chloe's big thing is that she can take any song that she hears and turn it into a gospel song.
Like she can freestyle and make it about God. But okay, so the thing that was confusing to me was, so are we going to talk about, like, are we really going to explore her, like, spiritual conflict here? Because that's not just something you can just do off the top of your head and you have no connection to God whatsoever.
Exactly, yeah.
But they kind of got to it where they were like, oh, she used to go to church with her mom. And
why is this man humping the ground? What's going on here?
yeah.
Keep going, ladies.
That opening scene was rough. So they get to it like, oh, her mom used to take her to church, but I guess she feels like betrayed now, like she's questioning her faith because her mom died, and
Yeah.
But I was just like, why is this the thing that she can do? I'm confused. Why couldn't it just be like she's a songwriter?
Yeah, it could be, but it's more like she a freestyle, because then that's when you bring in like Quavo, where he's the hip hop, the popular rapper in Atlanta. I was like,
Quavo?
Yeah, I was like, so just fucking be Quavo.
Exactly. He could have been himself.
He
was
tied.
Not himself.
Yeah, he was playing this rapper named Tues. I was like, just be Quavo.
Are you sure his real name isn't Ty? Like,
Quavo's real name is, I don't fucking know.
Something. It's not Ty.
Yeah, fuck right now. So when she like meets him, because that's her idol and stuff like that, she likes things like that. She wants to, basically like get signed and be part of the song. But then when he realizes that she has a talent, he was actually asking her, like about the freestyle stuff like that. He think that she should do that. And also when her and her cousin snuck out to a listening party that was hosted by Quavo.
Mm-hmm.
And they got caught, and that's the reason. So her aunt and uncle was just like, well, your punishment is you're going to have to join the praise team. So basically, to sum this whole thing up, she just joins the praise team, and it's like her job to make them better. It's kind of like when Cuba Gooding Jr. in Fight Temptations got inherited the choir. He had to take them and try to find them and make them better so they could win. The Beulah Baptist Church choir to go win that competition.
The Beulah Bethel Baptist Church.
So excuse me for the cough. That is what the whole premise of the whole movie is.
That's the movie. That's the movie in a nutshell right there. It is really like pretty much the same premise of the Fighting Temptations, except they have the thing of the girl who was the praise team leader. She pops out at the competition with their rivals.
Yeah.
I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. So they're from their rivals are from a big super church, and they have all the production value, and they got, what's her name, Corinne Hawthorne, the gospel artist. She's not herself, but she's like the front of the group. And then the girl, this part was kind of wild. The girl who was making all the stuffy arrangements for their like songs.
Yeah.
She rides with them to the competition and then just disappears, and then pops up on stage with the rivals. I was like, "What?"
Sonny sold us out.
Y'all didn't, basically.
Gotta keep on guessing.
Sonny sold us out.
Realize that girl was going all that time.
It was some you got served stuff.
She done left and got changed and is up on stage.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It took random elements from all the black movies, and threw them into one movie. They had the two women hecklers that was just in the audience.
What is her name?
Coco Brown.
Yeah.
I don't know the other lady. You got the wayward youth. Somebody sold them out. I was just like, bro, what's going on?
Some of my thoughts about this real quick is that I think when it comes to these kind of gospel movies or these kind of spiritual movies, I think we need to lean more onto trying to help the younger generation capture their faith, opposed to, I don't want to say exploiting it, or because a lot of things I saw in this movie were black church stereotypes.
Yeah.
And a lot of things that go on in the black church and how things, are done. But I'm like, but if you have the way the story was written to me, if you have a woman that's really struggling with her faith, and why, it maybe, I only seen it twice. I seen the one time I saw it, I seen it another time with me and Lady Sketch saw it. It's like she's having a very troubled time with the death of her mother. Mm-hmm. In my personal opinion, maybe I missed it. Y'all can post that in the comments down below. Maybe I missed it, but I don't feel as though that was illustrated best.
No, it felt like everybody skirted past the fact that her mom died. Yeah. It really did. It felt like it was an afterthought. And I was like, the whole reason she losing her mind and she down here is because her mom is dead.
Exactly. And I'm like,
nobody's talking about that.
Yeah, and it to me, it felt like her biggest hurt and the biggest thing she had to get through is when she used the song that her and Quavo recorded together without his permission.
Yeah.
And then she wanted to apologize that he didn't want to talk to her. I'm like, fuck that guy. I'm like, who gives a shit? Like, I mean, that's your internal struggle?
That's what they made it seem to be. And I was like, bro, I don't think that's what this is about, is it? I guess.
Like, she was crying and being all emotional of why it happened. I'm sorry. Because he was on there talking about something. Wait a minute. She using my song. And I'm just like, why did that feel bigger than her mom passing away?
But also, if we being frank, because I know this is going to sound like I'm just being nitpicky. The song they did at the end shouldn't have won. I'm sorry.
They only won because they was bringing people out in the audience to sing with them.
That was it.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, nothing y'all did in this movie meant that y'all should have won. When they got third place or something at that first competition,
it wasn't joyful. It wasn't that. It wasn't no fight to take at the end. It wasn't none of that.
Y'all won because y'all went and brought this girl up on stage because they got sat down.
Yeah. Y'all was being good Christians,
Which, I mean, I guess is great, but I don't know. The movie itself, it really did seem like something you would see a TV movie or something like that. You know how BET Herb be playing movies on Saturdays? Yeah. That's kind of what it felt like with a bigger production value.
Yeah, that's it. That's a good point. Put it like that. That's why I felt as though like when we have like movies like this, especially when it comes to young people. And first of all, explaining why, how the younger generation views the church and how we have more modern stuff, we're more lax with it. Why we do this the way it is? Because I was like, I thought part of the movie was going to have her and the pastor sit down and talk,
have a moment.
And so he could explain, like, hey, look at these tattoos. I'm a young guy. I can relate to you. And let me tell you how my journey of finding the Lord.
But he did, though. He did say, like, he briefly mentioned that.
Yeah.
But it was more so to say, like, I had somebody who mentored me and got me off the streets. And then that was it. And I was like, it just felt like we were introducing people strictly to illustrate the stereotypes.
Yeah.
Like, they had no character development. They were just there to be like, we got the John or the hood girl.
Yeah.
Who is in church and she can sing. You got the prissy girl. You got the goofy guy. We talk about the young pastor.
Yeah.
It just felt like y'all was introducing people for the sake of introducing people.
Yeah.
I was like, what's happening here?
But once again, I do think, because I'm looking at these comments online about the movie, and a lot of people really have high hopes for this movie. Like they really enjoyed it, but a lot of them I'm realizing are teenagers.
Yeah.
And I can understand.
Maybe they're the target demographic.
Maybe they are, because it's just like I even got somebody even here said I thought it was the better version of Fight Temptations. I disagree with that.
Wow, I can't believe you said that, but okay.
That's what it is. I'm not going to mention the person's name. But I'm just saying, but that's what they have, and it provide great gospel remix. Because a lot of the comments here of what I'm reading about praise this, a lot of them mention that they like the movie, it's an amazing movie. But one thing they almost often mention is the gospel remixes. Yeah, and how they turn these songs into gospel songs. And I can understand why kids will, or teenagers would fall into that.
Yeah,
I get that. When it comes to the movie, so I mean, like, would this movie rank on my worst of 2023 list? No.
No, it's not the worst, and it's definitely not the best.
It ain't going on that best list, and I don't think it's going on no honorable mention. But
it's one of the middle of the road movies. It happened.
Yeah. It's just like it's not for me. Basically, I enjoy Old School Fight Expectations. I enjoy Old School Sister Act, but those kind of movies, the way they're written and built, these kids they ain't gonna enjoy those kind of movies.
But I think those are more our generation.
Yeah.
And this movie is geared more towards the later Gen Z, early Gen Alpha.
Yeah.
Kids.
Me personally, I felt as though, it could have did a little bit more of trying to balance things out, because Drewski and all that, everybody was still slipping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. It needed a little help in the face a little bit. I thought they could have did a better job at exploring that a little bit more and tighten that up a little bit. So
there were some funny, like genuinely funny moments in the movie.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. It wasn't all just what is happening here. Like there were some moments that were funny. But there was a lot of like things that, okay, well, what happened with that?
Mm-hmm.
We did that, and then what happened with that then? Okay, and then we just never really circled back around to stuff.
Yeah. So, ladies, sketch out of our grading system, how would you grade?
Catch it at a barbershop.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Get it at a barbershop. It's funny. I should ask probably after see that first.
I was gonna say catch at the barbershop.
I was about to say because I'm guessing you've been fast forwarding through it.
No, I just stopped watching.
Oh,